this is Charlie from Adventures with Charlie, and welcome back to the review circle. Well, in this one we'll be taking a look at a combination between Disney animation and a Marvel action flick, and they come together to make a movie, Big Hero 6. It centers on Hero Rohan, whose brother Tadashi wants him to use his brain for good. So he takes Hero to his science college, and he eats his friend and go over Wasabi Honey Lemon Fred, and as well Alice Tadashi's project aim at. This inspires Hero to create his microbots, but just as things were looking up for on Hero, a fire broke up in the college kit, and Robert Callahan and the head of the university, and Hero's brother Tadashi in the progress, also known as beginning to destroy Hero's microbots. However, one microbot didn't get destroyed, and Hero finds out that someone's making more microbots. So with the help of Baymax, Alex and his new friends, they must form together to become Big Hero 6 and stop this villain. I know it's a lot to talk about with the plot, but there's a lot that really does happen in this movie. Anyway, when Marvel bought Disney, the director of the film thought of a good idea of taking the comic of Big Hero 6 as it would be perfect for an animated feature. Disney agreed to do it, and in November 2014, or for the UK, January 2015, we got Big Hero 6. It's a fun and superhero adventure. As I watch it, it's one of the weaker movies from the revival era. It doesn't mean the movie's bad. In fact, I do think of it as a really good movie. But it's definitely one of the weakest movies. The characters as themselves are really likable. But there's Hero, who wants to and his brother and Hansa underfoot, trying to kill the person who killed his brother by similar to Spider-Man. However, unlike Peter, despite having a lot of sympathy for the guy, the film does try to treat him more as a jerk than an actual hero. Well, which his name implies that he is a hero. The rest, his friend, and Go Hunt, Lemon, Wasabi and Fred, which show a different bit of science, from the chemistry to the robotics, to the lasers, and many more. There's also the Kabuki Man, and who is a pretty intimidating villain, yet his twist doesn't really make sense. And sure, he's an exciting villain, but when the twist is revealed about him, it doesn't really make sense. Like, how was he able to do it? I get that he does end up having an understandable motivation, But it doesn't seem, the thing that would make enough sense. And then there's the main robot of the picture, Baymax, who the film really plays with. If one, Arky was built as a health robot, he is shown to help Hero and his friends, and tries to do the right thing for him. I also want to say that the acting does a really good job of bringing these characters to life. Especially when they're in those hills, well, they actually sound a lot like they're superheroes. Well, now let's get on to the story. On the surface, this movie doesn't really have the most exciting story it could come up with. It's just your typical story about the main character who wants a chance to avenge his brother, but it doesn't really help her. How it is kind of like a combination between Iron Man and my movies and the Spider-Man films come together, but following the same type of plot structure to that. The movie does easily become unpredictable, or the outcomes are really guessable, and it's easy to tell what's going to happen next. Not only that, but the film does try to bring into comedy. I get that it will work really well with Baymax, and he does offer some good jokes, but everyone else's comedy is pretty subtle, and nothing really chuckle-worthy. But there is one thing that the story actually does. Unlike other Disney movies, it gets deep into dealing with the loss of a loved one. We've seen the Disney characters die in many other films, but we never usually get to see how the main character feels about it. With this film, however, we get to see how losing Tadashi means so much to Hiro. Well, and while he's not the greatest character, we can actually feel sorry for the guy for losing a brother he really got along with. And who in a way meant everything to him. I'll also give credit that the execution does kind of help the story a bit to be a bit more action-packed and engaging. Speaking of action-packed and engaging, that is where the animation shines. So the film really knows how to take the elements of the film. This is mainly shown with the backgrounds, where it shows the city of San Francisco. As a nation of San Francisco and a Japanese city come together to make a really wonderful looking environment. Not only that, but the designs have a nice Japanese feel to them. And to have them really fit well. And be very creative. It also shows some great character animation. The latter is especially the case with Baymax, but the animators take advantage of his fluffy robot body. They use his mechanics to make him the star of the action scenes. Speaking of which, that's what makes the movie great to watch. The action. When the film needs to get intense, it's not afraid to. And I love it. Each action scene leaves people on the edge of their seat. And it all leads up to an intense climax which puts our main characters in great peril. And I love it because it gives the heroes a try to survive. So overall, it is definitely not one of the Disney's best, but it is definitely one of their more action-packed movies. Big Hero 6 X is a fun action-packed Disney adventure. While the film doesn't really offer the strongest story, and not does much with its characters, it does make up with some great heart, are not afraid to go deep, some talented acting, and some awesome animation on top of some incredible action scenes. And I'd say that superhero fans will most likely get something out of this. But mainly if you're a fan of more of the animated superhero films, this probably will be more for you. Again, it's not Disney's best, but for superheroes that and as an animation, it's a surprise that they're able to make a pretty good superhero flick, and that's why I give the movie a 7 out of 10. And not a great superhero film, but for Disney, it is a pretty good superhero flick. So what am I going to do in the next episode of the review circle? Cool. Well, I'm actually going to look into a movie that was released last year. Which was one I watched pretty recently. One of the Sky originals. Which one is it? Well, let's just say it's the one with time traveling Flubbles. That's the best way to put it. See you later, folks.